Alright, today's Friday. It's squat day. I'm going to be adding some accessories into the video today. Also, on my last video I said I'm going to go back to 7 days in my training. I'm going to start that this weekend. So we'll see how that works out. Because the squat and deadlift on the same day doesn't work for me. I can't get my accessories into the workout. So we'll see what happens. Alright, you saw my video Monday. I added this in as a warm-up, glute bridge. So I did 2 sets Monday and of 5 reps, and I was sore all week. So it really does work out the glutes and the hamstrings. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to add in 1 rep. Every time I add a new exercise to my routine, I do very minimum reps. I don't really overdo it until I actually get used to it. So I did 6 reps on the first set. I'm only doing 2 sets. So do 6 more reps. Like you really feel it in your butt, in your hamstrings. So it's going to be a very good exercise to get me warmed up for my squats. Because even though I only did 1 set, and I did it 1 day, I really improved my my depth in my squats. Alright, so I'm warmed up. Let's get over to the squat rack. Alright, I worked in a few exercises for warm up before my squat, and it's really helped this week. So I just thought I'd show you guys. So my first warm up is the glute bridge. And then I do some squats here. Just to open up the hips a little bit, warm up the glutes. Okay, so I do 2 sets of these. I do 10 reps. It's just to warm it up. You're not trying to build strength or muscle here. You're just going to get a little bit of stretch before you actually start warming up for the squat. Now the next exercise, I'm having a little problems with balance, and once you see what I'm doing, then you'll see what understand what I'm talking about. So I'm going to do 1 set to get myself used to it, and then I'll show you the second set. Alright, this exercise helps get your hips opened up here. They use this term, opened up your hips. I have no idea actually what opening up your hips does, but it warms up your hip joint and your attachments here to your hips. So it's a sort of a balancing act, so it's going to take a while to get used to it, so it's going to look kind of weird, and I'm probably not going to be able to really do it that great here on video, but at least you'll get the idea of what I'm trying to do. And also I'm on here so I can video it on a rubber pad here on the floor, and it's kind of mushy, so it's kind of hard to keep my balance. So, alright, so you do the first one, try to do like a Romanian deadlift. Start like you bend your knee, take your butt out, stretch out your leg, and then you turn your hip. And that's where the balancing part comes in. Okay. And this stretches your hip joint. Okay. I think it's this soft. It's messing me up here. But okay. Really didn't really see the actual thing here because I can't stay up. Well, that's basically how you're supposed to do it. In the course of time, I'll get better at it, especially the balancing part. So you can't just do this twice, 3 times a week. So what I've been really doing is I've been doing it a couple times a day, but still the balancing part is kind of hard to get used to. All right, now we go back and get over to the squat rack. All right, we're here at the squat rack. You see my bar, and it's empty. This is why it's empty. I was doing my warm-ups, and I got myself up to 195 pounds for a warm-up because I was going to do 3 sets, 200 pounds. I wanted to get to 3 reps today. But I had very little sleep last night for some reason. I couldn't sleep, and I just couldn't do it. I got up to 195 pounds for the warm-up, and I couldn't even bring it back up. I had to leave it down here on the pins. Then I rested a little bit, and I got it underneath the bar to see if I can get it off, and that's a no-no. It's not going to work. It's very hard to set yourself up to try to get that weight up after it's on the bar and you walked away from it. So yeah, so today my last warm-up set was 185 pounds, 3 reps. So that'll be it for today for squats. And hopefully Monday I'll be able to sleep the next 2 days. Also, in the beginning when I did those new warm-up exercises, they had nothing to do with me not being able to make the 200-pound squats today. But talking about those warm-ups, it's a new exercise, and you saw how awkward it was. That's what happens when you start adding new exercises, and it takes a little bit to get your body used to the movement. So what I'm going to do here is I won't make videos of this warm-up, every time, but maybe once a week or something I'll show you my progress as far as getting better form and actually executing the exercise better. So I'm still going to keep doing my routine here. The squats I couldn't do, but I'm going to do my split squats and my RDLs. So let's get over to the bench and start doing some split squats. Split squats. I commented on your last video, Ron T. I said if you want to try these to put some mass on your quads, this is a good exercise. It really works the quads. So give it a try, When I first started doing these, I just did body weight, and it took me, I don't know, about a month and a half to 2 months to work up. I have dumbbells that only go up to 50 pounds, so when I worked up to 50-pound dumbbells on this, and it took about 2 months. So it's a very easy exercise to start building up strength and adding weight to it. I love these a lot better than lunges. Lunges hurt my knees. No matter what I try to do to avoid it, they hurt my knees, and I'm not going to do any exercises that are going to affect my joints. And there's no really a reason to do it, because there's a lot of other exercises that do the same thing. So this exercise here is good. It stretches out your glutes, and even works your hamstrings a little bit, and also helps your hips. It mobilizes your hips. So I went over here after the squat, and I explained to you what happened. I grabbed, the last time I did this, I did 3 sets of 40 pounds. I grabbed a 40-pound dumbbell. I couldn't even go halfway down. I'm just wiped out from not sleeping last night. So I'm the kind of person is, because I can't do something at the weight that I've always used, I'm not going to just not work out. I just grab a lighter weight that will accommodate the way I feel for that day. So I went from 40 and I went down. I tried every weight, and 25 pounds is the weight now that I was able to handle with this exercise. So yeah, so if you feel really tired and you can't finish your workout with the weight you usually handle, just drop down your weights and still do the routine for the day. Just do lighter weights. So all right, so this is the third set. I got 25-pound dumbbell here. And the thing I said the last video, that I was bending over, I wasn't keeping my back straight. Well, I'm trying to force myself now to remember that, because the first few reps, for some reason, even when I start the exercise, I think I should keep my back straight. I end up still bending over. So that's another thing you should watch out for. Especially if you're taking videos, you can tell if you're leaning over too much when you're doing this. And when you first start doing this, you don't have to go really deep. If you feel a little stiff, just go down as far as you can until you feel the stiffness, and then do reps at that level. Then every time you do this exercise, try to go down a little bit more until you can almost touch your other knee to the floor. And what really happens too, which is good, is when you're squatting down with this leg, you're stretching this quad when you come down, and you can feel the stretch. That's what you really want. You want your muscles to stretch in an exercise. I'm out of breath, so, and the reason I'm doing this, talking here during the exercise, so I don't have to do a recap or whatever at the end and explain everything. I just explain everything now. So if I'm out of breath, then it takes a little bit to push everything out when I'm trying to get my breath. Alright, so, try this out and see how it feels. It feels really good. You feel the blood flowing in your legs, and you might build some size on that one leg that you're having a problem with. And also, don't worry about this leg, the good leg, because it'll just stay where it's at. It might even gain a little bit, but you're still going to be doing the same weight. You're not going to be raising the weight on this side, a heavier dumbbell. You're going to keep the same. So this side that you're having problems with is going to progress, and this side is going to just get used to this exercise. So then when you start adding weight, then that side is going to start getting more size along with your good leg. All right then, so the next exercise is Romanian deadlift. So we'll see how I feel doing that today. See if the weight is too heavy to start with. In my last clip, I was mentioning doing exercises that doesn't feel right, it's uncomfortable doing. Like I mentioned, the lunges, they just don't feel right in my knee joint, and I just avoid them. Well, that goes for a lot of exercises that can affect your joints. I take the barbell curl, for instance, with the straight bar. I've had problems doing a straight bar since I was a kid, with the wrists and my elbows, but I just fought through it because I was young. But right now, I'm not going to even take a chance of injury. So instead of doing the barbell curl, I do the easy curl bar curl, which brings your wrist to more of an angle this way, and then it's easy on your joints, on your elbows. Also, you can grab dumbbells, and you can do dumbbells in all kinds of different angles and still not have to worry about your elbow joints or your wrists. So there's like tens of exercises for every body part. So if you feel uncomfortable doing an exercise, after a few sessions, you take like 3-4 sessions. Don't think that because it hurts the first time you do it that now it's going to hurt forever, because your body doesn't even know the exercise. It's new to the body, and it's going to be, sometimes it's real easy, it doesn't even feel like nothing, and sometimes it's going to feel weird because you're not used to doing it. So you got to give it a try. But if it still hurts after 3-4 sessions, dump it. Go to something different, find a different exercise, because like I said, you got tens of exercises that will do the same thing for that body part. So I just wanted to put that in. All right, I'm doing RDLs. I did one set of warm up at 115, and then I did one set of 135, and I'm going to stay with 135 because I don't know, my whole body is just really stiff today. So I'm doing 3 sets, so this is the last set. Okay, I'm glad this is over with. Now when you do these, the closer you keep your bar to the body, like you almost, skirt your legs coming down, the more stretch you have in your glutes and your hamstrings. And if you take the bar, you bend over and come down, and you start pulling more in front of you, you're using more of your lower back. By keeping the bar close to you, you're doing your glutes and your hamstrings, and you're not involving your back, almost not at all, because I don't feel anything in my back. Because when you do these, you like come down and then you bend your knees, you come down, you don't just go bend over, you like kind of like start to sit down a little bit and then you come down. And you let it stretch and then you come back up. And then you stand up and straighten up. And you do it again, and as close to your legs as you can get. Then come down, let it stretch a little bit, and then come back up. And I don't feel anything in the back. Now if I just bend over and try to let it down, just the beginning of the bend over I can feel in my lower back. And then as I'm bending over and the bar is more in front of me, then it's like doing a good morning instead of doing an RDL. So I'm just letting you know how I feel and by doing it that way. Okay, squat day is over. Tomorrow on the 6-day routine would be deadlift and bench. But because I'm switching back to 7, tomorrow's just going to be bench.
If you're anything like me, you may have looked at old footage of yourself and been a little embarrassed because you were talking with your hands too much.
And my arms, and then the Sunday will be deadlift. Deadlift in my back. So it's okay because it's giving me another day of rest for my last deadlift day. Plus because today I didn't feel like really working out, so I won't really feel, really wiped out for a deadlift. I have a day to rest, the whole day tomorrow. So let's end this. Remember guys, stay healthy, stay away from those injuries, and I'll see you back here in the basement.